Okay, being in Plat and playing D.Va means you likely have decent mechanical skill and are just struggling with effective placement and decision making.
I think so, yes. I think like the positioning could be better. I think like choosing or knowing when to like boost in and do the rocket stuff. That's like
Okay.
most of the
Yeah,
issues.
yeah. So
But
we'll definitely focus on a lot of that stuff here.
Nerf this.
So I better insta-lock D.Va, do I?
Yes, indeed. First skill any D.Va main needs to master: how to lock your hero. Alright, so first off, obviously with quick play we can't expect to have like perfect
Should
team
I like
comps.
invite you to a group or?
No, don't worry about that. I need to spectate. Oh, fantastic. Someone's going to play a healer. So with a comp like this, we'll work on a lot of general stuff, but I'll also be explaining in the context of exactly what's going on here. And we can't expect everyone to group up and actually play together. But wow, that is actually a pretty decent team comp. Although I would likely have changed like the Doomfist probably for a soldier or something with a little bit of range. In this case, you are that range. If they have a Pharah or a or a Widowmaker or someone else who's just annoying, like a McCree off to the side, you're the one who has to deal with that rather than your DPS. But that means your attention is going to be split in multiple directions. If you ever are questioning what you should be doing, or you don't know what to do, or there's just like confusion on in the fight, stay with your other tank and continue trying to push the fight forward. So what I'm going to be looking for right here is your positioning with your team and how effectively you're dealing damage with them. Good blocking of damage right there. Okay, right idea going after that Hanzo, and I like your backing up. Although, yeah, unfortunate that you lose mech there. You're taking a lot of damage. Realizing that the Tracer was behind you would have been useful. Don't be afraid to call for heals. And another thing, when you're out of mech, you either want to get your mech back really quickly or die really quickly, because you're useless without that mech, and your team can't do anything effectively without that. So don't be afraid to be pushing up and being a little bit more aggressive. Because if you get in a little bit closer, there we go, yeah. If you get in a little bit closer, it's much easier to hit your shots, and you get your mech back faster, or you die faster, in which case, either way, you're getting your mech back faster. Nice. That was very well done. So noticing that your team got off to a pretty bad start there, it's a good idea to reset. When you have a Reinhardt on your team, you do not want to be the front. In fact, you almost never want to be the front line. So if your Reinhardt goes down, you should be backing up and playing with cover.
Okay.
Okay. So you ever seen how like an Orisa can put down her barrier and then everyone moves up to that barrier?
Yes.
Right now, this Reinhardt is just kind of standing there and very slowly walking forward. If you want, you're at full health. Dive out in front of him, take a small amount of space, and then he can come up and fill in that space behind you. You need to be the one who moves people forward. You have the mobility to do that. Oh, that's...
Luckily the Mercy was there for me.
This isn't bad. Ooh, maybe a little bit overthrown. It'll still keep them out though, so not bad.
Yeah, that was like my intention, to keep them out.
Hey, very good. Okay, okay.
Kept the point.
Yeah. As soon as you've taken like half your health and damage, you want to be backing out. And there's no sense in diving into the front line of the enemy team unless your team is making a push. And she just put up a wall there. No need.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not the front line tank. Almost never do you want to be the front line of your team. But if you need to try and make this Reinhardt move up, so you gotta wait till you hear. Okay, there you go. That's a sign of moving. That ult, you go up because she can heal you at range. Get up there. Nice. Okay, and keep moving forward. You have a couple options in this case. You can try to DPS down the turret, which does work. You have the burst damage to make that happen. You'll generally lose mech in doing that. Or if your team is coordinated enough, you can try and focus down the Torbjorn, which also ends the turret, or you guys all just back up.
Fair enough. Oh, that's just nasty.
Try not to move in one direction for too long. I know you're trying to get away, but you always got to at least zigzag, or you're just an easy target.
Okay.
Yeah, that Mei got a really easy shot off on you. Okay. That's good. Oh. Yeah. So when they have a Mei and you're going through a choke, sometimes you want to be the first one through to try and bait the wall. But then be able to get out, because if you die before the rest of the fight starts, that's also not so great. So in this case, that's just poor timing on that McCree's part. That's okay. They used a lot of ults. You guys should be getting your ults up soon.
Yeah, I didn't see like a really good opportunity to throw my in
Nope.
so far.
Yeah,
so
there wasn't really.
I'm just waiting like for kind of a smart Reinhardt ult, but he has been hesitant on that. Oh, now he switched.
Okay. Yeah, until your team is ready to fight, there's no point in peeking and letting them get damage off. And there's also no point in just hanging out in a choke point. You should just continuously try to move forward. When you move, your team will move. You're a tank. Oh, and you have a Winston now.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Coordinating with a Winston is key here. D.Va should almost always just follow Winston around. Ah, cool.
Yeah, I wanted to get rid of that Genji. He was giving me a bit of a hard time there.
I mean, by no means was that a guaranteed kill on him. He just misplayed as well. There were better ways to use that. If you had thrown that a little bit further forward, this whole area by this bridge is basically a dead zone where if the enemy is there, they can't get away in time unless they want to jump to their death.
Fair enough.
Yeah, literally just hide behind the cart during this time. There's no point in trying to fight the turret. Oh, if your Winston's gonna go in and protect him. You gotta have your matrix for it. And yeah.
Well, this worked rather well.
Yeah, it did work. What happened there was Winston goes in, leads the charge, and you go in to reinforce that charge, even though he ended up dead. That gives your Reaper space to go in and take advantage of the chaos. That's exactly what you need to do as a tank, is create space.
Okay.
So right there, Winston's in there. Why aren't you with him? You need to ask yourself that question. You should always be able to go in with him. If you're not able to, that means you use your boost ineffectively prior to that engagement. Unless you got a kill with it, in which case, sure, maybe we can forgive that. But I don't believe you got a kill there. Okay. Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah, Hanzo appeared out of nowhere.
Alright. Not horrible, though. You guys still have another chance.
Yeah, we got some time left, I guess.
Charging. My ultimate is charging.
got a pick.
Yeah, that's great. You should be... There we go. Yeah, be with the Winston. Shoot the same stuff he's damaging. And make sure he doesn't die. Even if you got a body block for him. Throwing... Yes. Okay, let's see it. Nice. Epic.
That was a good one.
That was a really good bomb. Love it. You just won the game for your team. Yeah, you can't let him build that turret. Just get up in his face. Why are you back so far? You have shotguns. You do more damage at close range. Nice. Okay. Yeah, so this is the kind of chaotic fight that you're probably talking about. And I can see what you might be worried about. Oh, your Reaper just basically guaranteed the win there. That was good. Okay, so real quick, in fights like that, when chaos breaks loose, a lot of the time the temptation is to try and go, wait, which one should I be fighting, or who should I be going after, and try to find the optimal thing, and be like, oh wait, there's the healer, maybe I should shoot at them. If you're already shooting at the Hanzo and can get damage on him, unless you're really good at switching targets, I mean, there's sometimes you should switch, but most of the time you want to just finish that same target. D.Va has the power on the point, unless the target's being double pocketed, to just DPS through it, especially at close range in these fights. So don't worry too much about getting the optimal target. Just worry about getting a target down.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if you want to talk about how to pick a more optimal target and things to look for, if you notice that someone else is fighting a target, obviously fight the same thing. D.Va will always be more effective when you're trying to go after the same target as someone else, because you don't have burst damage, but you can very easily, within a very short period of time, put someone at low health, like around half. But then if they start getting healed, it's very hard to finish that up. You coordinate with even one other person, and they're going to die almost instantly. Or through healing.
So, for beginners, I take, like, always move with the main tank. Trying to support there as good as I can, and, like, not switch targets too much often.
Yeah.
Too often.
Positioning with your tanks, leapfrogging and moving things forward, and realizing that you control where the fight is happening by pushing in or pulling out. And then also when we're talking about in these team fights that you've now helped your team engage into, any pick is better than no pick, and you want to just focus the target down.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I think like it's a thing of game awareness or something when you like see something unusual.
But, and that's the hardest thing to teach, because some people just can't see that kind of stuff. Not everyone can comprehend things as quickly when you see so many flashing lights on a screen. That's how I think about it. But with practice, almost anyone can be the same level. Yep. So in this case right here, it's great to be back that far. Yeah, play up here at the choke and use the cover. I mean, that's good if you can finish that off. There's no need to try and boost out of that. So have you heard me ever talk about canceling your boost?
Yeah, with the melee or pressing shift, yeah.
Exactly. Or not even the melee, just stopping yourself with another press of shift so that you're right in front of your target and can continue finishing them off. You would have killed that Orisa easy. Nice. There we go. Yeah. Ooh, the point. Yeah, nice job. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Honestly, right now, you're not doing much. Sitting by the shield. If your team is out there, if your DPS are out there doing work, go in with them. There's no reason you shouldn't be out there with the Genji also. There we Throw your ult.
Yeah, that was a bit too late, I guess.
No, it's fine. Sooner would have been better, but I was debating whether or not I should tell you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I was like, yeah, maybe not right now.
If you, you've been throwing your ult a lot kind of straight and along the ground. If you're throwing that a little bit in the air, they can no longer hide behind that little obstacle in the middle there.
Yeah, that's fair. I kind of like try to do it contextual, but...
So if we're talking about targets to not prioritize in a chaotic fight, Genji is one of them.
Yeah, because...
Kind of for that reason. Like, I don't expect anyone at this level to be able to react instantly to a Genji deflecting, or to be able to predict that, oh, he hasn't used deflect yet, and okay, I'm gonna just bait him into it. You'll end up doing a lot of damage that can...
yeah, like rockets to myself or something.
Exact rockets to yourself, or in that case to your Orisa. In this case, if he blades, you can focus him to try and force him to deflect rather than do damage. You need to go after that. Yeah. Oh. Nice. I was gonna say it's kind of hit or miss if you go after the Pharah, like, even though she's low, because you might end up just missing a bunch. But that worked out nice. So when on defense here. Nice. On defense, you generally want to counter dive their offensive pushes and their dive. So when he uses his deflect, how are you going to hurt him? Just with your boost. Just boost into him. That's all.
Yeah, all right.
So boost in. Sometimes you can get behind him even with that too, and then a melee real quick. But usually just boost, hit him, and then wait for it to run out. Nice, nice, good job. Good reaction to this Winston. If everyone focuses him, he dies real quick. So he already had to run away. Super low. Okay. I'm always super tempted to use my ult around this area.
Same.
That's maybe a minute. Oh, nice, nice, nice.
I thought I overshot there.
It ended up being good though. Yeah, generally in the middle of a team fight, it is always the best time to be using it like that, where the fight had already started, because it's harder for them to see what's going on. Ooh. Ooh, that last little bit there, one melee would have put your mech up, and then you could have tried to get in. Nice. One thing you'll want to work on with your use of defense matrix is tapping it instead of holding it for the blocks you're doing. Are you tapping it right now?
I was tapping it when face to face with the Reinhardt, but only because he said it.
There we go, like that, yeah. I've just noticed a few times where it looked like you were holding it a little bit more. So at a certain point, we end up coming down to just like the little mechanical skill differences between plat and higher ranks, and things that you will improve as you go. So getting ready to throw ult right now over the payload would be great. Generally, when we want to throw ult here, it's going to be over that stairs area.
Yep.
You want it to go off theoretically in the air above that space. Yeah, you got to think that probably in that situation, I saw you trying to go after her, but she's going to be trying to back out rather than go in to your team more. So you could have predicted that and moved.
Turned left.
Yeah. That's not good. Generally, you always want to try and kill the Winston first of the two tanks. Because he's the one who will just kind of stay alive otherwise and stall like crazy with his ult. Nice. Hey, yeah, Moira is the easy escape there. Nice. That's exactly what you need to do when you see a low health target. Go straight into them. So, I like the stuff you're blocking.
Okay.
But if you see your Genji actively deflecting, try and let him deflect the damage, because that does a lot more than you just eating it.
Alright.
Yeah, your Genji's in there. Get in there. Just get in there and start messing with them. At the very least, you're just another body that's going to soak up damage instead of them being able to shoot at your Genji.
I was trying to matrix him a bit so he doesn't take that much damage.
We do not probably want to be out here. So, he's backing up, you're backing up, that's good, get out. One of the worst things that can happen on defense is your team getting picked early. If you get picked first, that's almost a death sentence. Nice, nice. Okay. You're building that ult. I want to just kind of throw it in that area over there.
Oh,
nice. I love this map for ults.
That's true. You can actually get some really game-winning ults here on the corners. We're chasing.
No need to put yourself fully on this side of the wall, and that's kind of why.
Yeah.
Things get to you too quickly. Everyone in the enemy team can see you through a long straightaway. You want to, at most, stand on top of it so you can drop down. Yeah, your team just got wrecked. And it's all, like, if you get picked early, especially you as a tank, if you get picked early, you've just screwed your team, basically.
Yeah, that was like... we kind of lost us this game.
Yeah, there's no need to be trying to go in that soon without your team, because, again, you just get shredded. If you wait a little bit, and then you go in at the same time as your Winston, you both live longer and can probably get a kill.
Alright. Yeah, I think that's like kind of like the stalling attitude.
Yep.
It's like have to contest.
That's where you got to look at the progress meter and realize we got time. Wait a moment, and then go.
Okay.
That's where you mopped him up.